What up, YouTube fans? This is Tycanders there doing another toy review, and this time it's for two more of the WWE figures. Another mutant figure and another zombie figure. And the figures in question this time are the Zombie John Cena and the Mutant Brock Lesnar. So, moving quickly on to the boxes. The box for the zombie figure is similar to the previous packaging for the Dean Ambrose, except the actual blister packaging is unique. Each one has a kind of unique blister card for each of them, but the card back is the same. And for John Cena, it looks like it's sort of meant to represent. It looks like a cell or some sort of cage or something with a window in it. And then you have an artwork image of the character at the side, and then you have the name on going down the side of the packaging, and then flipping around to the back you have a little brief bio for him. So it says, "You can't see me, how about you can't see my hand? John Cena's signature wave looks like a lot different with a completely rotted limb." And then he showcases the other figures in the wave, which are again Rock, Triple H, who I've done a review of, Undertaker, Brian Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, who've also done the review for Paige, and Roman Reigns. And you got all the legalese and the website links and all that at the bottom, and you got the official WWE logo up in the left hand corner. Interesting to note, the artwork of the figure shows him wearing the kind of signature baseball cap that actually you see Cena wearing in the ring. Well, when he does the entrances, but the actual figure itself doesn't come with any baseball cap. Now, you might be wondering why this one looks slightly different to the ones you've seen in shops, and this one is one I've actually slightly customized. The only thing that I really did was just added some extra red to the open wounds and stuff like that to make him look a bit more gory. What's really cool is the head sculpt is really cool. Stuff like this was unpainted. Just get it to zoom in on it there. His left ear is actually completely torn off. He has a gash up on his head. He has a few gashes on his face and stuff like that. Again, they weren't painted in with paint apps, so I kind of got all I took was a bit of Tamiya clear red, and just went over the areas that were kind of open wounds and stuff like that. Same with the arm. The arm is sort of a slightly pinkish muscle kind of thing, so I went over it with all red, make it look way more gory. And same with the torn piece on the side of his chest. Also, there's like bite marks on his back which wasn't painted, and on the upper section of his back, and I kind of just dabbed bits of the red and wiped it off to kind of give a bit more of a bloody look to him as well. But getting back to the figure, he has standard articulation as the other figures, so his head is on a ball joint, so he can left, right, up, down. He has a single waist swivel. He doesn't have an ab crunch. It does look a bit odd when you turn the waist because it kind of goes off. It looks a bit off. And he has the standard ball joint in the shoulders, the upper swivel in the bicep, and then he has a single jointed elbow that can get a good 90 degree, and then he has the joints in the arms. So you can sort of get him to do that whole "can you see me" pose if you do it with his hand, so you can get him to kind of do it. And it's quite I really love his right hand, all the gore on it, the like missing chunks and stuff like that looks really good. What they did on him compared to some of the other figures, they actually gave him sort of this brownish wash, like a kind of a dried blood wash as well, on the area that's been completely torn open, so it kind of makes him look really cool. And then he's wearing his signature kind of shorts. Sorry if the lighting isn't brilliant, I have to switch off one of my lights to charge the camera on the battery at the same time. So he has these kind of shorts on, and then he has these runners which are all kind of muddied up and stuff, and they added extra bits of red to the leg sections that are exposed as well. So he does look really cool. Again, just like the Dean Ambrose figure, he would be pretty good to pick up multiples of, maybe do some head swaps and customizing the head, because he looks kind of plain enough that you could get away with making him into different zombies. He's not wearing too much signature wrestling stuff per the actual wrist guards, which you could paint over. Unlike the the Triple H figure, who's wearing just the tiny shorts, and he has the elbow pads and knee pads. This guy doesn't have so much stuff that makes him stand out as a wrestler, except for the head sculpt really, and as I said, the armbands. Moving on to the Brock figure, I'll go over his box quickly. So again, Brock comes in the same similar packaging that Sting came with. Of course, his nameplate got squashed up. It should be going across the front here, but it got squashed in behind when I put the after I opened them up and put the plastic in tray insert back in. So you got an image of Brock as his mutant form, and then flipping around to the back of the box, you have another image of him, and then other figures in the raid, which is Brian Wyatt, Sting, who I reviewed, Stardust, Finn Balor, and again John Cena. Now the interesting thing is, as I said in the Sting video review, Brock doesn't have the bio at all. On the American cards, there's a brief bio for Brock Lesnar up in the left hand corner, as far as I remember, on some of the other reviews I've watched. So it is interesting to note that the packaging is slightly different. Again, it's all the same with kind of slimy mud stuff with all the spiders and bugs on it. And again, the package, the blister card itself resembles the slime mud stuff, just, you know, unpainted. So that's the box for Brock, and the figure himself is really cool. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in on him a little better. Bear with me a moment. It's kind of a bit faded. Let me see if I can wipe the lens, see if that clears it up a bit. Ooh, bear with me a second. Let me see if I can get the other light on, because I know it was complaining about. There, that might be a bit better. So there is the Brock figure. He's actually a really cool figure. He has 4 arms. He has a very Goro style look to him, and he has basically the Brock Lesnar head. The only downside of the figure, even though it does look cool, is the screaming head. For stuff like having him in neutral poses, kind of makes him look a bit silly. Like if you had him sitting down at a desk or something, because he can get into a seated position. Sitting down behind some sort of chair or throne or something, that kind of looks a bit silly that he's just screaming from behind it the whole time. But it is a cool figure. He has really cool joints on both sets of arms. So his upper arms are more sculpted with kind of it's almost like a crustacean look to his armor that has all the stuff kind of popping out through it, kind of bone and stuff. And he has these tattoos that are kind of, they're actually kind of embossed onto his body as opposed to actually inked on. So he has one on the front, one on the back, and he has a small skull up here on his shoulder. I'm not sure if that's showing up well on the camera. But his arms have the standard articulation as the other wrestlers. So he has a bulge socket joint up here for both arms. Then he has the upper bicep swivel, and then he has a single jointed elbow that can get 90 degrees on both arms. So if I can just get his arm to pop out there, so you can get it on both. And he has the wrist swivel and the in and out movement on both hands. Now the only difference between the hands on each arm is you got 2 kind of open hands on lower sets of arms. One's more open than the other, and you got just fists for the upper arms. They have no opening at all. And then he has the same waist swivel and the same sort of T-crotch. Single jointed knees, which can get a good 90 degree bend, even though there's a good lot of sculpting on it. Sorry. And then you got single jointed knee ankle. Now just go back over to John Cena. I don't think I just touched on the knees, so I kind of forgot about it. So he has the same T-crotch section, single jointed knee. Now because he has these kind of wraps on under the pants, he doesn't get a full 90 degree bend. Gets kind of close but not full. Then he has you can swivel at the knee as well. He has this forward and back on the shoes, but because the way the shoes are sculpted, it hinders that movement a bit. You don't get a great range of forward and back, and he has no side to side on the feet as well. So, but he does have the same 90 degree bend on the elbow, upper bicep swivel, rotation on the hand, and in and out hinge on the hand as well. But there you go, guys. Just a quick video review for Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Now, out of the Mutants line, I might pick up the Brian Wyatt figure. He's really the only other figure in the line that I'm kind of interested in. The Finn Balor one looks kind of cool, but I'm not too pushed on it. And for the zombies, I probably will pick up some of the other ones. I might get the Rock one as well, because he looks pretty good, and do a good of sprucing up on the blood work on him as well. But overall, I really like these two figures. As I said in the previous one, the Mutants line is quite good. They come in around 7 inches tall, so you can use them in conjunction with like NECA figures. So if you wanted to use the zombies in relation to like a Resident Evil zombie outbreak kind of thing, they'd look pretty good with the Chris Redfield figure facing off against them, and the Mutants one could look really good against. I'm just trying to think of any line that would do with the Mutants. You could actually even use them with the Turtles line that they did recently. The San Diego exclusive Turtles, they might look good facing off against them as Shredder style mutants kind of thing, Shredder henchmen mutants, kind of like similar to Bebop and Rocksteady, if you wanted to put them in sort of diorama kind of thing with that. But overall, they look really cool. I do recommend picking them up. As I said before, the Mutants line is new, so they're quite expensive. They're around 22 euros here. And the zombies are now down to 13 euros. So they were 22 euros before the zombies, but they've now dropped by 10. So that's not too bad. So there you go, guys. Just a quick video review for both John Cena and the Brock Lesnar zombie and mutant figure. Hopefully you enjoyed my reviews. As I said, click like on the video if you liked it. Feel free to subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment on the comment section below. One thing I will note about the Brock Lesnar figure, because of the skin tone, it does remind me of, even the head, sort of, except for the hair, it does kind of remind me of Donald Trump, which is kind of hilarious. It kind of looks like a big mutated version of him with flat hair. But anywho, there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed my review.